The final capitulation event for Bitcoin. When is it coming? What is going to cause it? How long until we hit the bottom? Well, to figure out the answer to those questions, you gotta go back to the roots of how Bitcoin works, with the Bitcoin miners. They haven't fully capitulated in every cycle they do. So are you ready to figure it out like Summer Sanders? Well, you don't really have a choice, because it's time for chicocrypto. Yes, if you didn't know, the Bitcoin miners are what makes the wheels go around with the Bitcoin blockchain. They provide computing power which secures the network, fighting with one another to be the one to provide the power which seals the Bitcoin block, of which they are rewarded Bitcoins for. The miners play a more than important role, and they are the final straw when it comes to a Bitcoin bear market. When the miners capitulate in the past, it has meant we are near the Bitcoin bottom. So how can you view miner capitulation? Well, two ways, through the hash rate and through the mining difficulty. Hash rate is how much power is in the Bitcoin network, and difficulty is how difficult it is to mine a Bitcoin, which takes into account the hash rate and the number of mining participants. As we can see in the last cycle, the hash rate topped out at the end of October 2018, with the hash rate bottom coming just over a month later. It came by December 9th, 2018. A similar story can be seen with miner difficulty. It topped out in October too and saw its bottom in December. What else coincided with this December 2018 bottom in hash rate and difficulty? Well, the Bitcoin price did. As we can see, in November of 2018, the Bitcoin price crashed from the 6K levels down to a bottom of around 3K by December 13th. So the next question, is something similar going to happen this time around? Well, it is beginning. Taking a look at the hash rate today, we can see hash rate topped out at over 250 exahashes per second on June 8th. And since has been crumbling. As of today, the hash rate stands at just over 180 exahashes per second. And looking at the difficulty, it peaked around the same time and since has been slowly falling off. And of course, the Bitcoin price lately has been falling and falling, coinciding with miners starting to capitulate. So miner capitulation is beginning, but we haven't seen the worst of it yet. Remember, the total hash rate today has fallen from 250 exahashes to about 180 exahashes per second. That is a hash rate reduction of 28%. Looking back to 2018, it went from basically 60 exahashes down to about 33 exahashes. That was a hash rate reduction of 45%. What about the difficulty? Well, today it has fallen from about 31.5 T down to about 29 T, which is about an 8% decrease in difficulty. Looking back to 2018, it went from 7.5 T at the peak down to about 5 T, which is a difficulty adjustment of about 33%. So obviously the hash rate needs to reduce some more and we need to see bigger difficulty adjustments. Is that happening? Well, popular Bitcoin on-chain analyst Will Clement had something to say about the hash rate just a few days ago. He posted a chart of the collapsing hash rate and said, "Hash rate clearly rolling over, indicating more machines being unplugged. By the end of this bear market, only the strong miners will survive." As far as what this means for Bitcoin protocol itself, next difficulty adjustment comes in about a week, and business as usual. So hash rate is clearly rolling over, and the next difficulty adjustment comes in about a week. So what's going to happen with this adjustment? Well, we are going lower. Joe Burnett tweeted this just a few days ago too. Bitcoin difficulty reached an all-time high on May 12, 2022. 62 days later, and it has yet to bottom. The next adjustment is projected to be negative 1.2%. The 2018 miner capitulation in difficulty lasted 87 days. Hash rate and difficulty will continue to go down, which isn't a bad sign. It's a good sign. It's meaning we are getting very close to the end of this bear market. the Bitcoin bottom. Although around the same time of my estimated Bitcoin bottom, which I've been saying for a long time comes in late August or early September of this year, there will be an even bigger miner capitulation that has nothing to do with Bitcoin and everything to do with Ethereum, because a bomb is about to go off within the Ethereum blockchain, forcing a miner capitulation. This is called the Ethereum difficulty bomb. The difficulty bomb will be a network upgrade and measure to disincentivize Ether mining operations from keeping physical mining devices running as the network transitions from proof of work to proof of stake. This bomb dramatically increases the difficulty for miners to verify transactions on the network, thus reducing profitability for the proof of work miners. Eventually, it will become impossible for physical miners to validate an Ethereum block. So when is the difficulty bomb slated to go off? Well, it was actually supposed to go off last month, but of course there was a delay. It wouldn't be Ethereum if there weren't delays.
ETH 2.0, yo. ETH 2.0, ETH 2.0, go have some bro, yo. Hey. Difficulty Ice Age meltdown.
But Ethereum core developer Tim Biko tweeted last month about when it is now scheduled to happen. He said, "In short, we agreed to the bomb delay. We were already over time and want to be sure that we sanity check all the numbers before selecting an exact delay and deployment time, but we are aiming for a 2-month delay." So based on about a 2-month delay, that would put the difficulty bomb going off sometime in August or September. Although that means around this time, there are going to be some very contentious things happening with Ethereum. Where will the hash rate go? Will the miners try and hard fork ETH? Well, looking at the Ethereum hash rate over the past year, miners are starting to fall out already. The hash rate is collapsing and collapsing harder and quicker than Bitcoin's as the miners prepare to find new homes. Where is going to be their new home? Well, there is a great website called whattomine.com, which details the most profitable proof of work chains. Here we can see what blockchains could become the new homes of all that hash power on Ethereum. As we can see, Beam is actually more profitable to mine than Ethereum right now. After Ethereum, there is Firo, Ravencoin, Neoxa, Ethereum Classic, and Cero, which all could use Ethereum's GPU hash rate power. So as the difficulty bomb gets closer and closer, I would expect a few of these blockchains mentioned to start pumping as they start gurgling up the hash rate. But there could be a miner last stand. Ethereum miners could band together and hard fork ETH, continuing the proof of work blockchain. Now, if you didn't know, there was another major upgrade that happened in early 2021. This was EIP 1559, which implemented the burn upgrade, reducing Ethereum miner rewards. This was contentious to say the least, and actually one of Ethereum's largest pool operators, FlexPool, announced that they were against EIP 1559 and would get community support to hard fork if it was implemented. FlexPool's campaign against EIP 1559 was so successful they even got a website up, which showed the pools who opposed EIP 1559 and joined FlexPool and those who supported it, EIP 1559. With the pools that joined in to stop the EIP, like Sparkpool, Ethermine, Nanopool, and more, they were actually getting very close to having 50% of the hash rate against the EIP, which could have led to a very contentious hard fork. Luckily, the fight fizzled out and no hard fork happened back then. But let me tell you, they will speak up again. Mining is their business, and with no mining on Ethereum, another fight is going to begin soon. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.